Hi, I'm Bonnie Blue. I slept with over 1,000 men, including probably your husband and your son.
Damn.
As a child, I was quite confident. I was
Same
a
time?
dancer, always loved entertaining. Did get picked on a little bit at school and mainly hung around with like much older girls, and the guys I got along with just a lot better than I did the girls. I never
I wonder
considered
why.
myself being a adult star or working in the adult industry, mainly down to confidence, and I didn't enjoy sex how I do now. So the idea of having sex and that much of it was not like, it was of zero interest to me.
If you have that much of it, can you even enjoy it, you know? Like, I really like these sparkling waters, okay? But if I drank about 10 of them in a row, I'd probably, you know, maybe just want to eat a sandwich or something.
I started by scrolling on TikTok and I kept seeing, I guess my first way into adult work was camming, speaking, but these girls, all different body shapes, types, different backgrounds, saying how they was earning money from speaking to guys on their laptops at any time of the day. And my husband at the time was always been very open in terms of communication. I spoke to him about it straight away, and he probably was listening.
Wait, did she just say her husband?
Very open in terms of communication. I spoke to him about it straight away.
There's no way she's married. Bonnie Blue husband. Oh, Bonnie Blue reveals the real reason she's getting divorced. I think we can take a guess. Probably because she wants to get slammed by 1,000 guys, dude. I wonder why she's getting divorced. Oh, no way. Let's see. What is the reason? What is the reason that Bonnie Blue is getting divorced? I'm going to take a wild guess, and it's because, you know, OnlyFans star Bonnie Blue's claimed her divorce had nothing to do with her controversial 1,000 men a day sex stunt, and that she had her ex grow apart naturally. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's between the 1,000 penises. That's a lot of distance to put between yourself and your wife, is 1,000 penises. Let's say on average each penis is about 5 inches, right? Let's ask Rock. How many miles is 5 inches 1,000 times? To calculate, okay. So the distance is approximately 0.947 miles, okay? Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but okay, so imagine if you ever ran a mile, like your high school track, it's 4 laps around a football field, okay? So now, when she was sleeping with 1,000 guys, it's not like they just put it in once, right? It had to go in and out. So let's just say at the very minimum, right? At the very minimum, because it had to go in and then had to come back out. So that's basically 2 miles. 2 miles of penis, okay, that she's put between herself and her husband. But the thing is that it went multiple times, okay? Now just imagine yourself running around a football field 8 times. So take that distance and take 5 inches and place that, and that is the amount of dick that she took in one single day, okay? One single day. So that's a lot of distance. Appearing on Bad Friends podcast, the infamous adult star shared her relationship with the host, Andrew Santino, by way of telling them she was going through a divorce. During the podcast, Explorer shared details, sex marathon, which she has been accused of faking, discussing her relationship. Okay, we get it. Let's go back.
And he probably was listening and watching the TikToks with me. So it wasn't okay, I want to sit you down because I want to, work in the adult industry. And he was so focused on my happiness. He knew, okay, the options was I go back into recruitment, sit in an office 9 to 5, or I sit at home and I do camming, and it means I can go to the beach during the day and I have more control over my earnings. So
she's only 26.
It was never a question of, okay, should I do it? It was okay, when should I start?
Damn.
2 weeks after that, like I was earning a lot of money on camming,
that DB,
like 45,000 AUD a week. And that was like instantly life-changing for me. So I was like, okay, wow, I can do this as a career. At the time, I was enjoying it,
right.
But I'd still say it was 60% for...
You look 39 and you're 26 and you think you're going to have a long career out of this?
The money. And I was like, wow, if I do this, I'm going to be earning money. But You can only be doing camming if you're literally sat there in front of the camera. Whereas if I was to sell videos like OnlyFans, I could be earning money whilst I'm sleeping or whilst I'm at the beach or on a dog walk. So 2
Very
weeks
strategic
into that,
residual
so start of June,
income.
I decided to set up OnlyFans. In the last 30 days, I made 1.5 million. I'd like to be earning 5 million a month. But if that ever came at a cost where my pleasure went or my
Who's
enjoyment
buying
went,
this?
I would not be chasing it. It's not.
For her to make $5 million a month, right? That means people are actually buying this crap. Why are you buying it, dude? Huh? Why?
The goal is happiness, freedom, and doing what I want to do.
Happiness.
But obviously, I've got targets along the way. I'm also a businesswoman that loves supporting my family and other people.
Oh, yes.
So, yes, I do care about money.
Here's what's gonna happen in about 2 years. She's gonna be like, I was forced into all of this, and I was exploited at such a young age. Even though I look 39 and I'm 26, because I've been washed out by the 8 laps around the football field of penis that we've calculated earlier. I was forced into this. I'm a victim. That's what they all do.
But that is not the whole goal and purpose here. I've created the game, basically. I have changed and completely changed the industry.
Dude, there's some chick out there be like, you know what? I'm gonna do 1500.
To put it simply, no one was doing what I've done. I started these, stunts, that's what we're going to call them, like back in November, and I've continued to do them every few months. Nothing has changed, no matter what other people are doing in the industry. It's like I do this because I enjoy it, which is why you always see me so happy and passionate about the work I do. And like near enough every month.
She's talking about what she does, like she's running a children's non-profit or something. She's talking like she's making scientific discoveries, dude. This chick's hilarious.
I do some sort of stunt, and I'll continue to do that. So when I did the students in the UK, I actually started with a thing called Schoolies in Australia, and that's basically the same as Freshers Week, but just the Australia version.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
And my inbox was flooded with these schoolies saying, hey, like I really want to sleep with you and make a video. And at the time, I was only making fake content. And when I say fake content, I mean with other adult content creators that are taking perhaps tablets. The videos are over 2 hours long, but are edited into like a 30, 45-minute video where you don't see all the stop-starts. You don't see where we've struggled to get into a position or where we've perhaps picked up lube or we've done different things, which isn't in this, perfect performance of what sometimes
Damn, imagine keeping a boner for 2 hours with this thing.
adult content looks like. And when all these 18-year-olds was messaging me saying, hey, let's make a video,
I would have a
to
heart
start with, I
attack
dismissed
from
it,
all
and then
the
I
Viagra.
thought, actually, why would I not want to make more realistic content? Because when I'm speaking to my subscribers online and fans, sometimes they're like, oh, well, my body doesn't
You don't have fans, okay? You have people that want to on your back and face.
look like that, or I wouldn't perform like that. And I know if I watch a movie or if I'm watching something online and I can relate to that person a lot more, I'm a lot more connected to it and I enjoy it a lot more. So I was like, that should be the same message in the content I make.
Oh my God, she's acting like she's directing Broadway.
So that was where the whole student sort of
How can you be this degenerate and take yourself this serious? This is insane.
content came from. And it was one of the best things I've ever started. The biggest petition started, it was over 25,000 signatures in Australia, which then made my visa get taken off me. And the comments was, yeah, she's sleeping with people underage, they're under the influence, they're not consenting. And I'm just reading that thinking, if you think your son of 18-year-olds don't want to sleep with me, then the joke is on you, because they clearly do. They are consenting, and it's more just embarrassing how poorly educated they are, what their kids are getting up to. Because if you're 18, sleeping with an adult worker who's fully tested in a safe environment, that should be the least of their worries. So no, I never thought what I was doing was wrong. It just encouraged me to do it more and sleep with more people to show the benefit it can have. There's been adult content creators sleeping with people dressed up as schoolgirls since adult content has started. So I was like, why can't it be the woman that's the older one? Why can't, we always talk about equality and we think should be the same. Okay, well, why can't I be the
No, we don't talk about that.
one sleeping with a, schoolboy instead? Virginity is a hard one to say because some people say they're a virgin to skip the queue, and you know, some say they're not a virgin but they are a virgin because they just want to, you know, pretend they've got a few under their belt. But
Damn. Imagine losing your virginity in a 1,000-man, you know. Back to the
I
pile.
would definitely say it's like, what was it, into the hundreds, maybe like 300-400.
Obviously, I want to talk about the 1,000 men.
Yeah.
Can you just talk me through the day and like the logistics of it, I suppose?
Yeah, surprisingly, it went very, very well because I was concerned at one point I was going to have more staff than people to bonk me. So I was definitely pleased when I realised there was a massive queue 2 hours before.
Damn, how do you hire for this event? You know? Imagine working security for that shit.
I had security outside of the house. There was security as soon as you come in.
The security. The security's just gotta like keep all all the dudes just in the back like getting themselves ready. They're gonna like bum rush her. All these like 18-year-olds are like, oh, like they can't control themselves, and security's just holding back all these naked teenagers. Hilarious.
There was then a basement, which was like a...
Why wouldn't it be in a basement?
So they had to wear protection. They got told they could wear a ski mask if they wanted to hide their face. They had to bring ID, sign a consent form. And that's as far as the sort of background checks went.
You know there was like 16-year-olds with a fake
We
ID.
decided to do groups to start with to help with numbers and also give people, and I guess, an ease in because they're seeing other people. They can also watch while somebody else is taking their turn because a lot of people enjoy that. Then we went on to one-to-one and they had about 40 seconds max before we'd keep swapping. Then we like a few hours into that, we went back to groups for a little bit, then back to one-on-ones, and we finished with another big group. So some of them would come in and say, hey, I'm with my friends, can we come in together? And it was just whatever made them feel most comfortable. I had to go for like 2 or 3 toilet breaks.
1,000 people, you know, people flew in for that, you know? Damn.
And I would like, the toilet was upstairs, so I'd run upstairs, and I've never ran down the stairs so quickly. I've been so excited to get going again because I'd see all their faces, of like, just...
I wonder if she had to take a dump.
There's no other way of explaining it other than just pure happiness I got from that day. So there was no point I wanted to stop. And even when it ended, I was like happy because it had been the most successful day. Everyone had an amazing time. But I was like, okay, wow, like I want to do that again. Like I thought it'd be a thing I'd do once and not consider again. And I even joked, I was like, shall we make this a weekly thing? Like it was like Christmas Day on repeat for me. I loved it. The media and tabloids actually started this rumor saying
Her soul is gone, dude.
Pregnant. And then it sort of went quite viral on TikTok. Everyone was saying like Bonnie Blue's pregnant from the 1,000 men. And the news started contacting me for comments. And at the time I hadn't seen these TikToks. I was like, look, I don't know what they're on about. I don't know what they're talking about. And then when I looked into it and I went on TikTok and saw there was, you know, hundreds of TikToks saying I was pregnant, we decided just to reply with no comment. It was like, we just won't respond. And then a few days had gone past, and I was like, actually, why don't we use this to our advantage? Why don't I hint the fact I'm pregnant? Because the media is already doing that. Like, why don't I actually...
Imagine being the dude that, you know, imagine she were. Yikes.
Take control from this and feel empowered from it, as opposed to letting the media run with stories which aren't correct. So I then posted a photo of a pickle covered in chocolate and tried silly food combinations, obviously hinting at the fact I was pregnant. And I worded things very cleverly to make it, you know, like I said, hint that I was pregnant, but never once said, you know, hey, I'm pregnant. And the plan was from that was, okay, in 24 to 48 hours, I'm going to release a video to say this extra income I've earned and attention I've had from hinting at pregnancy, I'm going to put towards somebody else's IVF journey. Back when I was in a relationship, I actually tried for 3 years for a child, and I couldn't get pregnant. And it felt embarrassing, which is wrong because it shouldn't be like that. But as a woman, you think, okay, well, other people get pregnant, or people get pregnant so easily without...
Well, when you've had too much damage to the thing that's supposed to, you know, thing that's supposed to bake the baby, when it's been fucking beat up way too much, what do you expect?
Trying. And I'm here taking pregnancy tests, I'm doing my ovulation kits, and I'm still not getting pregnant. And it really was like the most lonely...
Is this video online? Let's see. I want to see the logistics. You type in her name. It says Bunny Blue 1000. Does the video actually exist? So how do we know this actually happened? Did anybody actually see this? Huh? I'm just literally looking at just... Yeah, it doesn't exist, dude. Ugh, she's gross.
Time because people don't speak about it. I didn't want to speak to family and friends about it because I felt like I should be going to them with a pregnancy announcement, not the fact I'm trying for a to be honest.
Okay.
Then, you know, she looked inevitable. Her mom failed.
I don't think this actually happened.